Hey everyone, we're here with the Great Ace Attorney, here with the final case. Case 10, final, or case 5 if you separated my games. But you get what I mean, the resolve of Yunosuke Naruhodo. Let's jam. I still haven't finished Hound of the Baskervilles. Oh! Cursive. I don't know how to read. Yes, I do. That's it? No, like, opening Sholm's monologue? We're in new territory. Is this an updated song? Like, it's the same song, but it feels like a little grander. Am I just making that up? So, the time has finally come. Like, did they add, like, an instrument or two to it? Today we unravel everything. I'll be counting on your support more than ever now. Today, Miss Susato. Miss Susato? Oh. Dead. Oh no! I've committed murder! Nothing? Just saying I'll be relying on your support today, but... I'm so sorry. Of course. I can be rather incompetent at times, but... I shan't let you down. As long as you got the book, we're good. Would you mind helping me to my feet, then? Oh dear, I'm really very sorry. Susato isn't her usual self at all. It's hardly surprising, I suppose. She just found out that her father is the partner of a world-famous detective. Not to mention... good morning, sir. It's gonna turn out they're not actually related, right? Or something. Lord Van Zeeks. Thank you for your efforts yesterday. What? Did I hear that correctly? He thanked us? What? No, nothing. Just hope we can clear things up today. Really can't make this Dracula out. His face is, I hate you. His words are, most jovial today. He's called us Sundora. In fact, he hasn't been very Reaper-like at all since we began yesterday. Lord Van Zeeks isn't the Reaper, Mr. Naruhodo. Good point. The Reaper. I suppose in hindsight, I shouldn't have allowed that misconception to go unchallenged. Huh? Is my tacit acceptance of that pseudonym? My failure to stop the Reaper becoming something more than a mere legend that led to all of this. You're not to blame for that, Lord Van Zeeks. It's only because serious crime in the capital dropped off, so yeah. That's why you didn't say anything. We talked about this like 2 episodes ago? To be frank, no, you're Dracula. Not sure that was the sole reason. What do you mean? There's a rumor at the time that the Reaper is really the ghost of my late brother. Wait, I have hard drive space, right? Let me... Yeah, okay. That having been slain by that evil killer, Clint's restless spirit returned as some sort of demigod, to wield a deadly blade of justice where I, by dint of the law, could not. Yes, we heard that story too. When I lost him. Look, he looks evil! Felt as though I'd lost my guiding light. I didn't know where to go or what to do. And so, in some small way, I wonder if perhaps those rumors made me feel his absence a little less keenly. Even if I knew it was an illusion, just some nonsense conjured up by an over-imaginative public. He was obviously extremely important to you, Lord Clint Van Zeeks. Well, what's important now is uncovering the truth. That's all that matters. I know you didn't take anyone's life, sorry. I intend to prove that beyond a shadow of a doubt in court today. Never thought I'd say this, but I could see it in your eyes. That burning desire to cut through all the lies and deception. Can't deny it any longer. You are a lawyer of absolute integrity. But you could even say you're an ace attorney. You roll the credits. Thank you. Now tell me, why do I detect the scent of expensive tea leaves in the air? Sorry? Oh, hey, Iris. Oh, Iris! When did you get here? Oh. Brought you one of my special blends. Is this a magic tea that does something? Hurley loves it. Says it helps him clear his head. I thank you. Oh, he. It's surely the first and last time I'll ever see a sight like this. Seemed different today, Iris. Oh? Wasn't there like a magic key? Well, magic. Sort of subdued, I suppose. Was she eavesdropping yesterday? I am not. What happened yesterday is obviously still playing on her mind a lot. She's clearly very troubled about having stolen an autopsy report from Dr. Seitz's laboratory. Alright then. Good luck to you both. I have to make a move now. Oh, you're not staying? I thought you'd want to watch today's proceedings. Well, I'd like to cheer you on, obviously. But I've got lots to get ready. Get ready? For what? Oh, yes. What do you take this? Sholmes Rabbit? Isn't that one of the little felt dolls that are usually dangling from your knapsack? Was it there yesterday? Yes, it's a lucky charm. Little Hurley I made once. A Hurley? It's more like a Hairley to me. If for some reason you're completely run out of options in the trial today, then just pull little Hurley's ears as hard as you possibly can. Oh, God, what is this gonna do? What? Pull his ears? That's right. It's a way to bring good luck. I think you might need it. Can I do that now? You think what we'll need is luck? 3 pages of evidence. What a charming little rabbity version of Sholmes. This is how Iris sees him? Just wondering, what do you suppose would happen if I tug its ears right now? Yeah, okay, I'm not allowed to now. I just sneaked a peek inside the courtroom, and it seemed very different to normal. Yes, it would seem that a certain someone has decided to pull out all the stops. What does that mean? What about Mr. Sholmes, Iris? I don't know. He was out all night, and he hadn't come home by the time I left this morning. He was gonna show up right in time. Oh, I see. He's gonna have the 4th page of evidence. An entire 4th page. Look how many is in here? 8 whole pieces of evidence. Was Professor Mikotoba out all night too, do you think? Yes, it would seem so. I telegrammed to the hotel this morning. And apparently they didn't come back to their rooms last night at all. They? Father? And Judge Shikoku, I mean. He's been missing for a couple days now. Judge Shikoku too? That's right. Nobody appears to have seen either of them since yesterday. Counsel for the defense and defendant. Court is about to be in session. Please make your way inside the courtroom at once. Good luck then, Runo. Good luck, Susie. Yes. Thanks, Iris. And you, Mr. Reaper. Hope it goes well. Actually, what Sholmes and Mikotoba are doing, they're trying to make enough money to buy back the manuscript, because they don't have enough money. Once again, I thank you for the delicious tea. It was very soothing. Oh, I'm so glad. We must go inside now, Lord Van Zieks. Lord Van Zieks has always been the formidable prosecutor I've had to lock horns with in court. But not today. Today I battle with another in pursuit of the truth. My best friend, Kazuma Asogi, who has just more than anyone else in the world. Now I understand what it was that drew me here to Britain all those months ago. Now I know exactly what destiny had in store for me. It's all been leading up to this one day, to this one trial, this one final reckoning. It's a really long trial, apparently. Because this case is pretty much the same length as Case 4. Which, you know, had a really long investigations. So we are in for it. Assuming there's not an investigation. Where's the judge? It was even more oppressive here than it did yesterday. The cold stares piercing me like knives from all sides today. Ah! Mr. Naruhodo, look! Oh no! Lord Stronghart! Kazuma must have known beforehand. Are we gonna get a jury? Because, look, the assumption here is that he is the mastermind behind all this, right? Then... Because that was my original thought behind why the jury system exists in this game, right? Is that we're gonna use it to, like, go against the judge. but no jury here. Well, I guess we'll see. Kazuma must have known beforehand. Sorry, I've got something stuck in my throat. The ramifications of this trial now extend far beyond the murder of one Scotland Yard inspector. In fact, events have come to light that threaten to rock the very foundation of our country's legal system. The escape of a condemned criminal on the night of his execution, the subsequent unlawful shooting of the man, the revelation that prison staff must have been complicit in the jailbreak. Britain is currently hosting influential members of the judiciary from countries all around the world. I can talk. It's imperative that we uncover the truth of these proceedings to avoid international embarrassment. By royal decree, this will continue to be a closed trial, and one over which I, Mayor Stronghart, exercise total and unequivocal authority. Uh-oh. But he has a unicorn thing. He's the jury? The 6 jurors' flames just... As was the case in yesterday's proceedings, those here present in the public gallery are distinguished members of our judiciary, assembled to bear witness to a fair judicial process. Oh, do you think like the judge is going to be here? In other words, a collection of your acolytes, Lord Stronghart. On a personal note, I find this most distressing, Lord Vanseeks. You are a prosecutor of exceptional talent. Much like your brother Clint, in fact. Oh, in the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. For the trial of Barrick Vanseeks, who officially stands accused of murder. Counsels for the prosecution and the defense. Are you in full readiness to proceed? Sorry. The defense is ready, my lord. I'm role-playing as Naruhodo, who's really nervous, actually. As is the prosecution. Yesterday's proceedings brought to light a shocking and disturbing fact. There's a side to the victim, Inspector Tobias Gregson, that was unknown to his superiors at Scotland Yard. Yes, he was carrying out operations in secret, which Scotland Yard knew nothing about. I've been starting to think, what if the Gregson thing is true? He was in on it. And the 4 people in the Morse code were also people in on it. So including Kazuma, who's coming over to Japan for some reason to help out or something. So that would make Wilson in on it, which, you know, he was the guy who did the autopsy. So that makes sense. Right? John H. Wilson. And in those clandestine operations, he had an accomplice. Mr. Daily Vigil would be given the inspector's identification. He presented himself around the capital in order to establish credible alibis for Gregson. In that way, Gregson appeared to be carrying out his regular Scotland Yard work when in fact he wasn't. At the end of yesterday's session, Mr. Vigil, who had been suffering from amnesia, regained his memory. It would appear he buried his memories at the time deep inside himself as a means of self-preservation. Because whilst he's engaged as chief warder at Barclay Prison, he abetted the convict's escape. Mr. Vigil is currently recuperating at St. Sinners. He's recovered enough to give a signed statement about his movements on the day prior to the incident. He's formally admitted to posing as Gregson whilst investigating the Red-Headed League. Which brings us to the crucial issue of the victim's time of death. The defense yesterday proposed a suggestion that the victim may have been killed 1 day earlier. This was based largely on the discovery that the victim's pocket watch had not been wound. The prosecution has something to report on that subject, my lord. Really? Go ahead, Prosecutor Asuki. I met once again with the coroner yesterday to discuss the issue. She confirmed that the defense's suggestion cannot be ruled out. It's entirely possible that Gregson's body was killed on the 31st of... Well, his body was killed. That's like an Umineko statement. He was killed on the 31st of October, the day before his body was discovered. I have here an updated autopsy report that includes the amended details. Dang old Edgeworth. But we're ahead of you. We got it first. The official opinion of the investigation team was made clear yesterday. The time of death was 5 p.m. on the 1st of November. He doesn't like that. There are indications of an attempt to disguise the real time of death, however. It seems that the natural decaying process of the victim's body may have been slowed by keeping it chilled. That's out of the question. There are no refrigeration devices in that part of London large enough to accommodate a human corpse. My lord, this is more than just conjecture. There's evidence to support the idea. We must investigate it thoroughly. Very well. The court will accept the new report as evidence. However, if this updated report is deemed to be accurate, It would give renewed significance to the movements of the victim on the day before the Fresno Street incident. It would, yes. Especially since on that day, Inspector Gregson was using Mr. Vigil to cover up his real movements. It's conceivable that he was killed in the course of his secret activities. Do I sense the prosecution has some information regarding those activities? Scotland Yard put an enormous effort into investigating that precise matter yesterday. I think we should begin by presenting the results of that investigation work. So the prosecution calls its first witness now. Gina? Yeah, okay. Hold on, I don't have my phone on me. Let me go grab it. It's just over there. Hold on. Okay, I got it. State your name and occupation for the court. Inspector Gina Lestrade reporting. Representative of Scotland Yard. A self-conferred rank, but never mind. Gina? Again? You're the only person who knows Scotland Yard. What's your problem, Odo? What's with that, Gina? Again, look, eh? Boss meant the world to me. He done more for me than anyone else ever did. Oh? Inspector Gregson, you mean? Got me out of the back slums of the East End, took me under his wing. Taught me that life can have a purpose. That's why, the best person to be standing here speaking for him. Oh, Gina. Right. Out of all the goodness of Gregson's heart, not at all that he had his arm twisted by Mr. Sholmes, no. Did he? I don't remember. What's relevant of these proceedings is that the outcome of the investigations yesterday have revealed that the victim was carrying out some assignment the police knew nothing about. Very troubling. That face. Lord Stronghart knew! Okay, I'm glad Naruhodo's just straight out realizing it. So, Inspector Lestrade. So exactly what it says in the report. Coming on up, sir! Witness testimony. The victim's movements. All yard detectives are supposed to follow orders and investigate what they're told. Little search of the boss's office turned up a notebook that had a load of secret meetings in it. According to that, the boss was looking into some smuggled goods dealings that day. Looks like it was a big job and all. Coppers weren't onto it yet. What matters most is witnesses what saw the Reaper at that place too. Van Zeeks, presumably? Smuggled goods? I don't know, do I? I'm just telling you what's written in the book. Tobacco, tea, spices, medicine. Goods of all sorts flowed into London by illegal channels from across the globe. The real smuggled good, tea. They don't need drugs, they need tea. It's well known that they've been disposed of at the regular black markets that take place in the capital. The police are rarely able to locate them at time. So Gregson was investigating one of those black markets. So it's interesting that high-ranking government officials may be involved in black market activity. No doubt Gregson was trying to avoid details of his investigations being leaked to the involved parties. That'll explain why he was operating on his own authority without the Yard's knowledge. Do we know where the dealings were taking place this time? In a particular room of a certain exclusive London gentleman's club. On the day in question, the accused is known to have been there. That's the conclusion of Scotland Yard's investigation into the matter. It can't be. We haven't heard anything about any of this. Yeah. Members of the club have testified to it. There's no question. The accused, Barry Van Zeeks, was present. Actually, it was Clint, who's alive. That'd be very significant testimony then. Oh my, but Lord Van Zeeks made no mention of this at all. In short, Lord Van Zeeks has ample opportunity to murder the victim. Very well then. Counsel for the defense, begin your cross-examination. Victim's movements, okay. Maybe if we press this, we can actually get the, look at it. You went through his things? Yep, it's part of the independent Lestrade investigation. Oh, I'm sure your superiors will be delighted that you're taking the initiative. So I snuck into his office when no one else was about. Because if anyone at the yard would see me going in there, they'd tough me straight to the street. Sounded less and less like an investigation, more and more like something else. Prosecution understands that it was this very detective who discovered the notebook. You hear that, right? Nothing gets past Inspector Lestrade and their trusty assistant, Chief Inspector Toby. Don't hold out the dog. Found it hidden in one of his destroyers that had a false bottom. That's impressive. So he kept it hidden. It wasn't just, you know, on his desk. So then I went down myself where no one could find me, so I could have a butcher's that what was written in it. Sorry. A butcher's? Because if anyone at the yard had found me out, they'd turf me straight out into the street. I've given it in now, though, ain't I? If it weren't for me, never would have been found. Smuggled goods. Basically, I want to get this thing into evidence. You have any idea where those dealings are taking place? All in the notes. Yeah, we already know it's at the club. Yeah, name of the club would be nice. What? That won't be necessary. It's conceivable the club might be used again by the smugglers in the future. Therefore, the prosecution has been asked not to reveal the name and... Ooh. I don't know what all the fuss is about. It's right here. All you gotta do is read it out. I could, too. Get this reading game buttoned up now. Can I show you what I can do? Go on, what's the arm? Let her read! Judge hasn't signaled his objection yet. You try to find out. Yeah, insist. This is a closed court. The proceedings are confidential. There shouldn't be any possibility of the information being leaked. I mean, weren't they saying that the higher up people were buying the smuggled goods? As I explained, there's some possibility, yeah, of politicians being involved in this affair. Prosecution is rightfully exercising caution, I imagine. No, my lord. The prosecution has no objection. Hey, got mad. Kazuma? There's no question that Gregson was looking into these black market dealings. However, it's not yet been established that he was on that particular trail on the day in question. If the defense requires to know the club's name, the prosecution has no intention of being obstructive. I don't like him looking down on me like that. I'm scared. Right then, get to show off me reading skills. Yeah, let's go. Let her read. The grouse. Have we heard of the grouse before? That wasn't the restaurant mentioned in case 2, was it? I don't think it was. Hold it! The grouse? What sort of club is that? I ain't got the foggiest. Clubs aren't exactly my thing. But I am kind of curious. They're not places where a foreign student like you could be readily admitted. Have you looked in the mirror recently? Tell you what, me and Chief Inspector Toby could go in undercover. Could you though? Could pick out a few good marks and see what else I could find while I was in there. I really don't think you should go picking out anything. Anyway, that's where these black market dealings are going to take place, is it? Yeah, it's gotta be. That's what the lower ranking detectives at the yard reckon. This is the even lower ranking detective. I mean, it seems like she has authority, but she's gotta be like the worst ranking person there, right? Like, she was just the kid that Gregson was like, hey, she works here now, and everyone was like, oh, okay, fine. With Gregson got, like... Do we have anything about the grouse? We're looking. I'm looking through everything. Still don't know what this is going to be used for. Dismissal notice. On the back. Oh no, you can't turn that around. Policeman figure? No. Revolver? No. No. The grouse is in the background! No. Autopsy report? No. Floor plan notice board? Anything mention the grouse? All your after cases. That's the most recent thing, the Red-Headed League. Okay. Nothing there. Firecrackers, photograph of the victim. Okay, you gotta open it. Is the grouse in here? You got a grouse? Looks genuine to me. Okay. Wait, 997. Wasn't that the badge Gina was holding up? Did she steal Gregson's badge? The grouse is in the... No. You also use papers. What was in the trunk again? Paper? What was this? Something inside! A passport. Oh, right, the passport. Yeah, it's repeating all this stuff and it doesn't have like the X. I assume because so he's leaving it within 1 week. But I assume because it's a new case, so that didn't save over. Okay, we've got nothing about the grouse. Okay, I guess this is kind of big. What witnesses? Lloyd Van Zeeks was there? He was. Detectives who visited the club yesterday to make the inquiries have confirmed it. Several members report having seen him. Looks like there's no disputing he was there then. He was investigating Gregson, don't we? Perhaps he'd already discovered his secret notebook. Should let him to the club, you mean? Maybe. Or he tailed him. There are also eyewitnesses who can testify Gregson was there? What if it was visual? He was in 2 places at once. None have been identified at this time, no. So the all-important victim wasn't seen at this mysterious club. Oi! Why aren't you asking Inspector Lestrade here, eh? I guess she is the... She's not holding back with that ice-cold stare of hers. Really don't know what to make of all this. Van Zeeks told us he was investigating Gregson. Never once mentioned he met the inspector the day before the incident. I don't think Van Zeeks could have been lying to us. So the only way to explain this. Everything he has told us is true. There must be a mistake in this testimony somewhere. Details we've yet to uncover? A clue, perhaps, that even Gina hasn't noticed. Okay, read the lines real good. I haven't pressed that one yet. Little search turned up a notebook that had a lot of secret meanings in it. Is it the newspaper somehow? Is it like... is there anything about smuggled goods in the bottom here? Germ theory? No. Smallpox? The Wealth of Nations? Adam Smith's magnum opus? 1776, that's a good year. America, yeah! That's what this game needs more of. Too much British, too much Japanese, we need more Americans in here, right? Am I right, guys? It's the armband! I guess... Press 4?
Hold it!
Copper's ain't onto it yet. How did he come back? Come about to find it. That's the question, ain't it? Just an apprentice, so... Why didn't he inform Scotland Yard? That's what I was asking myself. So, you know, I'm just an apprentice. But it suits you, yes. Point is, something went on at that club, no question. Can't say that for certain, though, surely. Yeah, let's press this first one.
Hold it!
So, you follow orders, do you, Gina? Nah, not me. I'm above all that. Oh. Boss always had special orders for me. Get us some fish and chips, or go and give Toby his grub, that kind of thing. More errands more than orders. The detective is still an apprentice, after all. Yeah, well, this apprentice ain't one to sit around and wait to be told what to do. Even by the boss. This is funny coming after pressing the one we just did. Because I'm an apprentice, you know. I mean, that's everything, so... The smuggled goods deals was gonna happen at the grouse. Where have we seen the grouse? Is that the name of the steamship? Blackbird Lime? No. Dismissal notice? Is it the newspaper somewhere? Do you remember that happened before Drebber's name was a little signature that I could barely see? This takes me like 30 more seconds and I'm gonna pull up the guide. Handprint? Photograph? Watch? Osugi papers? Trunk? Hey, have I seen that before? It's blood. I don't think I ever saw that before. Most logical conclusion. Gina's been carrying this around with her. This looks like grease stain here from all the fish and chips. Oh, shut up, Naruto. Okay, game I think it was. all the way to the bottom. Examine the letter of introduction? Sorry? This one? It is? This is some sort of steamship ticket. Oh! Come on! Where does it say SS Grouse on there? It doesn't say it anywhere in the cursive. Anyway. Wait, what, is that in the text? No, it just says steamship.
Objection!
How was anyone meant to remember the name of this ship? Read about these clubs that exist here in Britain. As I understand it, the places where well-to-do gentlemen socialize with friends and colleagues. Don't imagine for a second that a foreign student like you would be omitted. Seriously, is your mirror cracked or something? Do we know for sure that the contraband dealings are definitely happening at a club called The Grouse? The police are currently looking for evidence, but haven't found anything definitive yet. Sorry to say, they probably won't. Wait, hold on. What day did it arrive? It arrived the 1st, didn't it? Or... hold on. Well, Naruhodo will tell us. What do you mean by that? I mean that the place that Gregson was secretly going to visit on the 31st of October may not have been a gentleman's club at all. Showing a very irreverent attitude towards our country's police force there, Counsel. If it wasn't a gentleman's club, then what was it? A steamship. You think it's a ship? I have the evidence to prove it here! Let me see that. This dark-suited young gentleman is not the least bit untrustworthy. The other side, my lord. Be more specific next time! So appear to be the ticket for a passage upon a steamship, yes. The SS Grouse.
Objection!
So there's a steamship named the Grouse that happens to share a name with the club. I'm afraid to say, there's a flaw in your logic there. Oh, look at the ticket. Notice the date of arrival in port. Ship arrived at the port of Dover on 1st of November. Ah! The day in which the sound like a gunshot was heard on Fresno Street. In other words, the day in question, 31st of October, the victim was on his clandestine mission. That ship hadn't yet docked on British shores. That certainly make an undercover investigation somewhat challenging. Wait. In 1 week from the 31st, he went to France!
Objection!
The fact that the steamship hadn't yet reached Britain substantiates the defense's assertion that the victim was investigating the SS Grouse on the day in question. Show your evidence for that assertion. Very well. In that case, counsel, present your evidence to the court now.
Take that!
What's this? A passport for travel issued to the victim. Dated 31st of October. What are you suggesting? I'm suggesting just 1 day before the inspector's body was discovered. There's a distinct possibility he wasn't even in the country. Order! Order! This document is a passage to France. It does appear to have been officially authorized. The day before the SS Grouse arrived at Dover, it docked on the northern coast of France for a night. According to my father, he was on board at the port of Dunkirk. Dunkirk, France. What could possibly have taken the victim there? Ha 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 ha! I'm impressed, Yunosuke Naruhodo. Let's say my full name. Something I'd expect you to get your hands on that passport. What? You mean, you knew about this? Well, he's Kazuma, he knows everything. The prosecution strategy for this trial has been laid down by the Crown Prosecution Office. On the day before the incident, the victim was investigating contraband dealings at a London club. That's the outcome of Scotland Yard's investigation. The line the prosecution has been asked to follow. But personally, I don't agree. I think the prosecutor's office is trying to hide something. What? Are you allowed to say that? Now you've expertly disproven their assertion. I intend to reveal what I believe that something to be. What are you playing at, Prosecutor Asoki? A courtroom is a forum for the truth, my lord. which is why it's my duty to present all the facts, without exception. Let me guess. This was your intention from the outset, wasn't it? The reason Inspector Gregson secretly made his way to the steamship docked in France on the day in question was to carry out a mission for the Reaper. The Reaper? He's talking about Jikoku? Order! Order! What on earth are you saying, Counsel? Prosecution made an assertion in court yesterday. No, it was mentioned, remember Jikoku was, like he spoke up at Genshin's trial and got in trouble. Is that what he's saying it's about? He was killed, yeah. The Reaper's hand. But in reality, the truth is the opposite of that. What? Inspector Gregson wasn't investigating the Reaper at all. He was, in fact, acting for the Reaper. So, you're saying the mission he was undertaking was, obviously, an assassination. Barrack Van Zieks never carried out any of the actual killings. Whenever the Reaper's victims lost their lives, he always had a cast-iron alibi. Which tells us that he must have had an accomplice. You claim that was Inspector Gregson. What the hell do you think you're saying, eh? My boss would never have done nothing like that. And yet, when you consider all the facts, it all makes perfect sense. No, it can't be. We also arrived at the same conclusion, didn't we? That Inspector Gregson was operating as the Reaper. Still not 100% sold on this, but like, if the 4 names in the Morse code thing are the Reaper, that makes some sense to me. Even so, there's no way that person giving him his orders was Lord Van Zieks. True Reaper is somebody else. Although in that case, why did Giselle Brett kill Wilson? What happened to make that necessary? Barrack Van Zieks is not the Reaper. A predictable response from someone who's advocating for the man. Even if it's true that Gregson was operating as an agent of the Reaper, the suggestion that he went aboard the SS Grouse on an assassination mission doesn't follow at all. Oh? There's some solid reason for doubting the assertion, do you, Counsel? Absolutely. It's very simple. On the day in question, nobody was killed aboard that steamship. Ikotoba and Dredge Shikoku were on that very ship. If someone had been assassinated, I certainly would have heard about it. What's so funny? You're right, of course. No suspicious steps were reported on board that ship. Oh. No, not this, not this. Is that him? That's Jikoku, right? Like, they can't be, like, Vigil in a costume? What's with this beard? Do they always have those things there? I think perhaps you missed the point. That's precisely why Gregson himself lost his life. What? Gregson did board the SS Grouse that night, with the intention of dispatching his mark. His mission ended in failure. Failure? Seems the defense hasn't aggressed a very important detail here. What, that he died on the ship? What are you talking about? What detail? Inspector Gina Lestrade. Eh? What? Victim's notebook that you read an excerpt from earlier. It doesn't contain details of secret investigations at all. It describes 10 years of assassination plots to be carried out by the Reaper of the Bailey. You're lying! Even all them bludgers what got taken out had it coming. Boss weren't the Reaper. Or Gina. There's no question that Tobias Gregson was heavily involved in the Reaper's activities. You may just be an apprentice, but if you spent any time at Scotland Yard, you must have heard rumors. I ain't heard nothing. I don't believe a word of it. Testify again, as a representative of Scotland Yard. Consider it your chance to defend your boss. I don't... I concur. The witness will give a new formal testimony. Miss Lestrade, you'll tell the court everything you know about his secret notebook. Witness testimony. Yeah, this notebook does have a load of stuff about what the Reaper got up to these past 10 years. Names of victims, dates and places and stuff. Last entry in there was the 31st of October. Maybe you got a Halloween party planned. It's a grouse for the place on that date. The name of the mark. There's a note about him being a criminal what got away from the Reaper in court 10 years ago or something. Honest, the boss didn't do none of that. He was just investigating the Reaper, that's all. It's gotta be Jikoku. Keep personal opinion out of your testimony, witness. We require only established fact here. It's supposed to be hard for her. Can't deny it now, surely. Yunosuke Naruhodo. What can't I deny? The notebook contained the name of the final mark, the location where the assassination would take place. It's information that the victim could only have known if he was working with the Reaper. Ah. So, who is it to be this final mark? Go ahead, Inspector Lestrade. Read the name for the court. The name that's written alongside the entry that mentions the grouse on the 31st of October. Eh? How do you read this then? Reading still not her strong suit. Well, she said before it's a Japanese name. That ain't the problem, alright, Ono? It's a funny name. Ain't English. Hard to read. Someone from overseas? Let me have a bash at it. Seshio? Yeah. Yeah, Seishio. Okuyo, maybe? What? It can't be. Seishio Shikoku? But that's Judge Shikoku. Seishio Shikoku. Certainly not an English name.
Objection.
That can't be right. I know Judge Shikoku. I saw him the day before yesterday, here in London. So I know for a fact the man hasn't been assassinated. Well, you're missing the point, still. As I said, the Reaper failed. Oh. Gregson missed his chance to kill his wife and return to British shores. The Reaper wouldn't tolerate the mistake, so he killed the inspector, personally. The Reaper, of course, being the accused, Barrack Van Zeeks. It's an undeniably logical argument. Kazuma. Planned for the trial to go this way all along, didn't you?
Hold it!
I recognize that font and... Oh, he's got his... Oh! He's so cool! Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice while I stand accused of murder. Lord Van Zeeks! The accused has no right to speak uninvited in court. He will return to the dock. I say nothing of whether or not I'm the Reaper. That's the task of this court to decide. But there's one thing I can say unequivocally. That girl is no detective. And she's an apprentice. Eh? What? Yeah, that's right, I ain't. I'm an inspector. Repeating rumors heard around the yard. Reading entries from a notebook of unconfirmed origin. That's not testimony. It's practically a script. No doubt the rest of this trial will go exactly as you've clearly planned. Oh, he's got a point. Your hatred of me is understandable. In your mind, I'm sure I am the Reaper. You sent your father to the gallows all those years ago. But you're in danger of becoming a far more sinister Reaper yourself, by attempting to have me condemned with this feeble excuse for testimony. What did you say? Mr. Naruhodo, this is their chance! My lord, the defense requests that the defendant be allowed to speak. He may be privy to important information relating to testimony just given by the witness. Ooh, he's got the horsey out. Very well. Make an exception and grant the request. The defendant may remain in the witness stand for the cross-examination. Then allow me to toast the court's impartiality. Don't raise your glass in my direction, sir. Counsel for the defense, begin the cross-examination immediately. At once, my lord! Okay, I think that's a good place to cut it. I don't think we're getting to part 2 in the next little while. Yeah, we've got a ways to go, I think. Wondering how many parts this is actually split up into. Are 5 or 6, maybe? I don't know. Anyways, see you guys next time. Bye.